everybody, how's it going? I am kind of tired right now, but I figured I should do a little bit of a Vampire Survivor stream just for the sake of like having something. Because I don't know how busy my schedule is gonna be, so yeah, I know what to expect out of Vampire Survivors. I haven't played it myself though, but I imagine it'll be, just fun. Um, that being said, feel free to backseat me the hell, because I don't know any better. How do we move around? Okay, we just don't do anything. Cool. Yeah, it has been a bit of a hectic, I don't want to say hectic week. Axe, King, Bible, Magic Wand. I want Axe. But yes, I have a thing starting up soon. Temp job. It's more just a transition period sort of job. At the very least. It's gonna help me get some money. Also, fun note, I am now able to... What is it? I am gonna be getting my VTuber model soon. And by soon I mean I paid for the rigging like today. So maybe a month or two by the time I get it. Can't wait for that. And I actually be able to like be expression. Be expression. Show expressions. Oh no. Glowy bat. Kill Glowy bat. Floor chicken? Man, I'm getting a lot of Castlevania vibes from this. I mean, it probably is. There's probably some inspiration that came from it. Bible. Where the hell did that come from? A level of upgrade to my whip and another level. Awesome. Santa water. So do I know the tactics for this game? No, I don't. I don't even know all the characters for this game. I do know that you're just supposed to move around, dodge everything, be the bullet hell, but don't be the bullet sponge. Delicious floor chicken. Or axe. Give me the gems! I want the gems! So how are you guys doing? Actually, I got a weird dream I gotta mention. I dreamt up that let me preface the dream by saying I was in my house, and I guess my house was happened to be a big old warehouse. And I apparently was trying to find my way home, which is strange because technically I was in my home, but I wasn't in my home. I ended up meeting like two different families whom I've never met, by the way, in person. And they essentially were like, hey, we need you to go do this thing. I'm not going to say what thing it was. And we'll give you access to our car to do that with. And I'm like, oh, cool. So what is it? And they literally told me to drive around essentially what looked like a decrepit old city. But I've never seen this city. And one of the funny things about that dream, too, another whip. The funny thing about that city was, in my dream, a lot of the locations were like familiar to what I've seen before, but also not familiar in the slightest. In that, when I turned the corner, some of the things that I saw in the dream did not exist in my real world. It's just something a little interesting. Eventually, the dream did reach an end point where I got access to a minivan that they gave me. By the way, I don't know how to fucking drive a minivan. I prefer not to drive a big old car like that one, but whatever. Overall, the dream wasn't so ridiculous, but I mean, some dreams I've had have just been outright dumb. Base area up 10%. Me. Actually, one of the dreams I've had, this is a common occurrence for some of my dreams, and it's funny that I'm talking about this in Vampire Survivors of all things. But a lot of the dreams I end up having usually end up having me fight a bunch of demons who are trying to take over my dream, which never works out for them because I know I'm in a dream, so I know I have all of the power in my dream. It's interesting. I want Laurel. Can I kill a flower? I don't know if I can kill these flowers. Well, if I'm trying to kill the flowers, I'm doing a very poor job at it. Die, you stupid flowers! Where did that big old grasshopper come from? Hey, what was I saying? Right, demon dream. Every dream... Well, I don't want to say every dream, but a majority of the dreams I've had have always had some form of a demon trying to take me over or trying to fight me. None of them have ever succeeded in quote-unquote taking me over. Come to think of it, I've had only one dream in recent memory that I still remember where there was a demon who was trying to do the thing by taking over everything. What was that I just picked up? Is that new? I don't remember ever seeing something like that before. It looked like a luck item. Anyway, that one, it literally felt like it was an episode of Dragon Ball Z with how often we were essentially exchanging blows, but never actually hurting each other enough to be like, we could like take the advantage of one another. Kind of want that dream to finish, but it never finished, unfortunately. I mean, what other weird-ass dreams have I had? I've dreamt of the Hololive members. I mean, who hasn't? But we're talking, like, a little bit more in the weird situation of dreaming with Hololive members. Like, I mean, what's one example I can think of? I don't know if there's anything I want to talk about with that one. Or at least nothing I can remember. I think I can remember clearly enough, rather. Oh my god! Santa water, please. Ooh. Give me the levels, yes! King Bible. What else was there? Actually, no, wait. Was this really one of the dreams I had? I want that chest. I got distracted by the goldy shiny thing. Ooh. King Bible. If I try to go for that chest, I'm gonna die, which is unfortunate. Ow. Oh, I want the chest. Get the loot. Now. Ooh. Whip lore axe and 129 gold to boot. Delicious. Oh. Give me more axes. I have 3 goddamn bosses right now chasing me. I am not happy about that. Knife. I thought I had 3 bosses following me. Did I actually kill the praying mantis? Ow! Oh my god, these bats are so tanky! Give me that floor chicken! This knife sucks. This knife is not helping me. And we have another bunch of, If I say it sucks, why don't I level it up? Why don't I just go with the whip instead? Oh shit, that's a big praying mantis. Where did that buddy come from? Seriously, how much health do these fucking flowers have? Actually, they don't have as much as I thought they did. Oh shit, that's a lot of skeletons. Please be squish. When I said be squish, I meant not throw every squish at me. Big old money bag too, where'd that come from? I mean, why is that a thing now? Give me more whips! I just had a thought. This reminds me a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic, specifically the third game, where if you're playing as, I don't even remember the name of the faction, I'm gonna just say Undead. But it reminds me of that game where the whole point of the undead armies are to kill as many of the neutral camps on the map, and I just noticed I don't see what level my items are. Anyway, what I'm saying was the point of the Necromancer army is to kill all of the neutral stuff on the... Whoa! What was that? That's so nice! Ooh! Boom! Look at that. It's a beautiful box with 5 items. A lot of nice things. Anyway, I really needed that. But yeah, the Heroes of Might and Magic 3, personally my favorite one, even though I suck at that game, but if I could play it again, I would play it, because it's a fun game. Oh man, everything hurts. That's an attractor. I would really like to get my hands on that. Axe. Santa water. Oh my god. Santa water. Knife. Oh, look at that. Some more floor chicken. I'll take that because I have no regen whatsoever. Oh, God! Ah! It hurts! It hurts so bad! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord, please! I'm in a bad spot. I'm about to die. I need some more floor chicken. I just don't have the damage though. Floor chicken! 2 of it! Alright, now we can go back around. Another floor chicken, please? Maybe? No? Nope, can't get it. Oh, shit. Oh. No! Please! Oh, I almost want to take the fucking armor. Nope, I'm dead. I'm so dead. It was nice knowing me. No, I made it to 14 and a half. Hey, that's not bad for the first time I did this. Find five floor chicken. Find a little clover. Unlock clover. Find a rosary. Unlock cross. Find a vacuum. Unlock the track door. Get King Bible to 4. Unlock bracer. Get Santa Water level 4. Unlock candelabra door. Hold 6 different weapons at once. Unlocked empty tome. Reach level 20 in the Mad Forest. Unlock the library. Oh boy. Reach level 10. Unlocked crown. Reach level 5. Unlocked wings. Movement speed. I think. Survive 1 minute with any character. Hollow heart. And survive 10 minutes with any character. Peach one. Cool. Options. I want more music and more sound. Don't want flashing effects. I don't care about damage numbers. Visible joystick? I don't know what that means. Let's just take a look at that. I could power up. I could actually power up. Get a revive. Can't afford it. Can't afford that. Gains 10% more coins. More experience. Chance to get lucky goes up by 10%. Magnet. And 2 greed, and we're good. I haven't unlocked any other characters, so we're stuck with Antonio. Hold on, I'm turning my AC on. It's hot. Oh, look at that. I have stuff. So now, the castle is alive, but there's still free roast chicken here, so it's all good. Inlaid Library, Stage 2. This quiet, long library is the ideal place to rest, meditate, and forage for roast chicken. But what's a stone mask doing here? And I haven't discovered everything else. I want to check out the library. Probably not a good idea, but let's do it. Santa water. Oh, Jesus. Antonio, your range is terrible. What even is this that's chasing me? Magic wand. Double wand. I just noticed there's a green arrow pointing me all the way to the left. What's that green arrow? I might want to go that way, honestly. A trapdoor! I wanted a trapdoor. The less close I have to be to an enemy to pick up my orbs of XP, the better. More whip. Woo! This is terrible. I'm already gonna die. It's too early to die. Augments area of attacks by 10% or base damage. Let's get more fire damage. Frogs. Ow. Antonio. Floor chicken. Just go up and down, side to side. Everything's fine. Everything's not fine. I see a zombie boss. Frickin' Frankenstein. I can't one-shot any of these. Oh no. Ow. I played for fire a little bit too much there. Let's finish. I didn't mean to pick up 2 floor chicken, but whatever. Santa water. Now I can try to fight the boss a little bit. Try and kill the boss a little bit. Nope, that's a terrible idea. What do we get? Spanish. You know, I've never had spinach before. I don't think I've had spinach before. On that note, it reminds me of Popeye, the Sailor Man. Have you guys watched that death battle between Popeye and One Punch Man? That one was funny. It's also one of the silliest episodes between what is essentially... go watch it yourself. It's so funny. Especially the animation, because it is literally on point with, like, Popeye's everything. God. Magic wand. Medusa heads. Every goddamn game needs a Medusa head. Just like every game needs bats. Tony, you're supposed to be Belmont. Stop, like, not... Stop and cease and desist your failure. Crown Cross. Aims at nearest enemy. Has boomerang effect. Sure. Oh, that's pretty neat. What was I saying again? Oh, right, Popeye. If you don't plan to watch it or you have watched it, then spoilers ahead. Spoilers. Spoiler warning. I don't have a spoiler warning button. But I never realized how overpowered Popeye was. It's actually kind of ridiculous. I mean, I know most, like, toons, quote-unquote, are overpowered in their own right, being able to break through the fourth wall. Oh no! But just the fact that Popeye can literally God himself shut off the universe, and Popeye was fine. Popeye was also disintegrated, essentially, and he popped up spinach from nothing. He created spinach from nothing, and his nothing ate the spinach that he created from nothing, and he literally came back from the brink of complete, like, disintegration. Like, goddamn, what kind of broken ass shit is that? Uses projectile speed, yes. What am I doing? Why am I still like... Oh god. Jeez. The bottom wall is not a good idea. Oh no! Oh, I'm so dead. I have one hit left in me, and the amount of unfortunate kiting I have to do through dangerous areas is not good. That little bastard just poked me. I'm screwed. Oh no. 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 Just give me a floor chicken. That's not a floor chicken. I gotta rely on everything else but the fucking whip. Please. Ah, God. Yep, the game does not want to give me each floor chicken. Gonna die. Gonna die. I tried. Oh, I really tried. Oh, we're dead. It's over. Goodbye. God damn it. 5,000 enemies unlocks the lightning ring. That's all I got, yeah? That's fine. Go for another run. Actually, can I power up a little more? Yes. And that's it. And unlock the next character. Imelda starts with a magic wand. Start here. Gee, what's better? Having your magic wand that just homes in on targets? Or at least a little bit homing in on target? Santa water. I really like Santa water. I can't believe this game. It's just such a simple game. And there's like no bullshit with this. It just works. It's a bullet hell, sort of, in the form of everything is the bullet, and you don't have to push a single key. It does all the work for you. It's real nice. Art style is just plain old cute. Can't go wrong with the pixel style. You know, I kind of want to... I mean, I know there's probably a bunch of lore for this game already, but I'm just kind of like... What other lore can you make? I do know at 30 minutes you're supposed to be able to... Death comes in, essentially swoops in, tries and kills you, and he does kill you, like, on almost every run, with the exception of, like, runs that were designed to kill him. I think it's Death sending everything here, and you're essentially given 30 minutes to live. And because of reasons, oh, no, I can't survive those when they charge at me like that. Nope, nope, nope. Because of reasons, Death is sick of your shit, tries to kill you, and when he's done, or when everything he sends fails to kill you, he comes in and does the job himself. He could actually just do the job himself at 0 seconds, but he chooses not to. He chooses to give you a fighting chance, to fool you into thinking that you can avoid death. But in retrospect, you cannot avoid death. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. You know, that's another thing I like really doing. I like being able to just make lore, have all these different ideas. Like, with the Harry Potter game that's coming out, the new one, I forgot the name of it, but I know it's... What the hell is the name of it? Hogwarts Academy? No. Hogwarts Legacy, that one. That one is exactly how you should have done Harry Potter from the get-go. Yeah, you can follow his story, but you're already following his story via the book, and probably via the movies. So then where's, like, there's no, you're not capturing anything when all you're doing is just following the story to the, like, right to the dot. It's not fun. And there's no feeling of euphoria when the player goes through the story, unless it's, you know, a hard game like maybe, I don't know, maybe the Sega games of old, or the Super Nintendo games of old, which were the licensed copy games. Sure, you have that, but we're now in 2022. Things have changed when it comes to the size of a video game. You have some incredible looking games that try to go the extra mile. Take Cyberpunk 2077 for instance. While it did... OBS is fine. It says we're back. Welcome back. What was I saying? Right. So we have Cyberpunk 2077 as, like, an example of a game that was very, like... It tried to push as much as it could to make it successful, right? But at the end of the day, it didn't do what it was promised. I want Lightning Ring. Nice. So while... Now imagine if it actually was given the time it needed to actually hit, like, the milestones it was supposed to hit. We would have a situation where it might have taken 7 years for Omori to, like, finally release. But that means you have a good game. And everything that we would have wanted that we got with Omori you would have had with Cyberpunk 2077. This also goes for things, but then you also have the polished games like Red Dead Redemption, which I haven't played, by the way. You have the polished games like the Dark Souls franchise, which are polished in their own special way of masochism and sadism to some extent. You have successful titles like... Well, no, you have the unsuccessful titles like No Man's Sky. That one was a terrible flop. But then the devs came back and started fixing everything and started delivering on the things that they promised. And it ended up being one of the good games now, because if you haven't already played... Okay, if you have played No Man's Sky in the past and you hated it because it just felt like an incomplete mess, go back and play it now. It is substantially better, as well as the fact that they actually did add in multiplayer support, so you can actually play with your friends, or eventually you might run into a stranger. I don't know how that entirely works, because I know there's a central hub. But play it again. You might actually be pleasantly surprised. What else is there? Can't think of anything. Oh! Here's where I consider some games to be unfortunate failures of just following the story of, say, a manga or of anime adaptation of the manga. Attack on Titan was one of them that I can think of off the top of my head, but the biggest offender, I think, is Sword Art Online. We all know the story of Sword Art Online. You've read the manga, probably. You've seen the anime. We know the story of Kirito. We know the story of Asuna. We know the story of almost every character that was part of that series. The thing that offends me the most about SAO in terms of the games, when I did play like 3 minutes of one of the games, was it tried to just tell you to play the story of Kirito. But who cares about Kirito? I don't really care to play the game from Kirito's point of view when I already know his story. And that's what the SAO games did. They really just followed Kirito's point of view, and that was it. It doesn't make for anything engaging. It doesn't make the player feel like they're a part of the series. Dynasty Warriors managed to incorporate that, at least for Empires, where, yeah, now you can make your own story, and you can make your own character, or, you know, have a whole bunch of characters be a part of this story. It's still Dynasty Warriors at the end of the day, but now you have your own plugin, or you have your own OC plugged in, or your own character, or even yourself plugged in to this game. And you can play it however the hell you feel like it. And that's what I like about Dynasty Warriors. At least the Empire's versions of it. The mainstays title, which isn't Extreme Legends, is just, you know, it's good for what it is. Nice and fun. It's meant to tell the story while also making it entertaining. And it doesn't matter how many times they tell the story, they can have 20 different versions of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, or 10 versions of Dynasty Warriors, portraying the exact same story. The difference is how they deliver it. Though I will say that I think the best Dynasty Warriors on that mark is 7, because they got the story absolutely perfect. If that was going to be the very last game in the series ever, and they were just end the franchise right then and there, I would say that 7 was the one that was the king of that title. But SAO, on the other hand, going back to SAO, it did not do nice lightning ring. It didn't do enough for the player. I heard that Gun Gale Online lets you make your own character, so that was a step in the right direction. But people wanted, I feel, now you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or on chat, but I feel like they could have done what they're doing with Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy with SAO. Instead of having, say, following the story of Kirito or following the story of Harry Potter, you could have your own character. And here's an idea now that I am just going to be like, here, you can do whatever the hell you want the idea. I'm just the one that came up with it, but feel free to use it. I wanted to make a game for SAO that would follow the events of Kirito, but you will never play as Kirito. You would never play any of the characters that were in that story. Instead, you would make your own character, where the character creator would be pretty amazing as far as I care, and you would be one of the you would be the extra one of the 10,000 or even 100,000 players that were in SAO. Oh my god, I'm so... Oh, that was so bad. I had nothing for this. Get Lightning Ring level 4, unlock Porta. So, with SAO, I wanted you to be able to make your own character, right? Pasculina Bella Peas. And the reason I wanted you to have your own character is because the way I was going to lay out the story was by sorry, my brain is registering how the hell this Rune Tracer works. Okay, this is gonna be weird. Rune Tracer, you're very strange. I could use yeah, give me that. Yeah, Lightning Ring is gonna help just a little bit here because my brain just... Rune Tracer ain't doing it for me, dude. It's not scratching that itch, but Lightning Ring definitely scratching that itch. Alright, so, the story for that SAO game I was thinking of would be one of... The game is about to start, right? But you were a little late to the party, and you're not that late as far as I care. The game was supposed to lock out the 10,000 players who entered, but you happened to be able to log in as 10,001, or if I wanted to have 100,000 players, which I don't think I could with the limitations on AI and hardware. 100,000 just seems like ridiculous. So regardless, you would be the one extra player in the 10,000 or 100,000 mark. The reason for this is because you just got lucky. Really, that's all I'm gonna say. You got lucky being able to get into SAO at the time of like logging in, making your character, etc., even though you don't have to make a character, right? Because you have the gimmick of your character is you, but it's not going to apply to you. Because, I mean, I can't. There's no physical way I could ever mimic what the Nerve Gear did with that. Oh god, guys, this is not good! Oh, that was nice. Rune Tracer is very strange. Very strange. Anyway, the SAO story. So what do I mean by not following Kiritu's story? I actually literally mean it like that. You will not be following anything to do with Kirito unless you want to. But you will log into the game, quote-unquote the game, SAO, with your own character, your own... You're free to do whatever the hell you want at that point. If you want to... Eventually you will get to the cutscene where... you know, the whole... It's a death game now applies, right? So that doesn't change. But now you're free to do whatever the heck you want. You can... You know, actually, that's something I thought about here. If you didn't want to participate in the death game, for the record, you probably would actually have the option to, like, give up, right? But I'm probably gonna have, like, maybe 2 difficulty levels for it. The best thing I can think of is, like, casual mode, or, like, no repercussion mode, where if you die, it's not the end of the game. But then there's the other mode where it follows essentially the premise of the death game, and if you die, that's it. You die for good. Your character's not deleted, but the game is over. And whether or not everyone else was successful really doesn't hinge on you, I would say, but it does hinge on what you did or didn't do. How do I explain that? So when I said you can log into the game and do literally anything, I mean you can do literally anything you feel like, within the limitation of the game, obviously. If you wanted to go and sit around and do nothing for the entire duration of the game, go for it. Maybe, eventually, if you were to follow story... If you follow the story mode, you might eventually... the game might eventually beat itself. Or maybe it might fail completely. On story mode, I would say that's less likely to happen. But on story mode, you're really just kind of following Kiritu's story, but with your own character. You don't necessarily need to interact with Kirito if you don't want to. You can if you want to. This is bad. I don't have Laurel. I don't have... I have a red gem. The fuck was I saying again? I keep getting distracted by the shit being thrown at me and the game. But it's a good game to just kind of chat around for no reason. Right, if you want the SAO game, if what you can do. If you literally wanted to do nothing at all, and you just wanted to sit around in story mode, instead of free mode or whatever, then... Actually, I might even let story mode be like, you can do whatever you want even in story mode, yeah. So if you wanted to sit around and do nothing in story mode, you are more than welcome to do that. In fact, if you didn't want to help at all with the front line, or try to get people out of the death game, you don't have to. You could actually just sit around, be on like floor 27, and just relax by the ocean or something, or by a lake. Away from the monsters, away from the fighting, whatever. Or maybe you want to help the front line, but you don't actually want to be on the front line. You can do that too. You can decide to take up blacksmithing, or be a cook, or any one of the trade skills that were in the game. You are welcome to do that. Oh man, 2 rune tracers, that's nice. So if you want to help them get weapons, armor, whatever, you're able to do that. You're not forbidden from just being a support. The other options you have are, obviously you can go to the front line with them, but be mindful that if you die, that's it. Game over. What in the world? Why did everything freeze? I really want to get Peach one, but I'm gonna refrain from that. But yes, you're free to go in the front line and join the fight with Kirito and everyone else who's joining on the front line. You might even be able to save a couple lives in the front line depending on your actions. And by actions, I mean how you play. I don't actually mean like... I don't mean anything special about that. But then there's another option that is personally my favorite of the choices. We all know that Laughing Coffin exists in the SAO world. But what if you were able to be part of Laughing Coffin? Or maybe you wanted to make your own player killer guild. You could do that too. You could literally start playing the game, go to the front line as soon as you're able to, and even during a, well, I would say maybe not during a boss fight, but maybe even during one of the boss fights, you would have the opportunity to betray everybody. And by betray, I mean you have the option to literally PK everyone. Why? Why not? Because there are some people who would not like bat an eyelid at doing something like that heinous. And I'm catering to those players. Now, there's a thing with PKing that is a little detrimental for people, but I mean, it's PKing. You are essentially trying to kill another player. Another human being in that case. For the game itself, if you try to PK someone, not everyone is going to just run away from you when you try to do something like that. No, there are going to be people who will fight you in order to prevent themselves from essentially being erased from the world. Like, you even have the opportunity to try and PK Kirito, which is phenomenal, but also be mindful that at least in story mode, Kirito is always going to be in some form better than you. I mean, he has dual wield, right? Speaking of dual wield, you actually do have the opportunity to dethrone him from dual wield. So that's another mechanic that I wanted to have in the game. But if you try to dethrone him from dual wield, he will try to take it back from you. He's not going to know who has dual wield unless you explicitly show him that you have dual wield. But chances are he could probably do the math and figure out who it is that has dual wield. You know, just by process of elimination. Like, who the heck has dual wield who is doing so well? My god, this is bad. I'm just going to go through the flowers. Here's the thing too with PKing as well. Because unless you have the support of another guild with you, or at least, you know, the support of your guild, you're essentially PKing by yourself. So if you can join Laughing Coffin, by all means you can. That's not a bad thing. But I will say that it's much harder to PK people because my intention was to have the AI have differing, like differing skill levels, right? Some AI you might have an easy time with, levels not including, or levels precluding the fact. Oh my god! Alright, so if you were a level 30 PKer and you try to PK somebody, you'll be fine, more or less. Oh, Christ. Ooh, I want the weapon, the tome. Lighten up, skeletons, god damn! That. Gimme. Ow. Oh, I'm dying so badly. I could use some floor chicken, please. Especially because I finally made it to level 20. That's some good floor chicken right there. That's some wonderful floor chicken right there. The coin over in the corner. Oh, XP! Empty tome. Let's go. Bump up the empty tome. I need more of that. Ah, the boss hit me. One more projectile, please. Please, Rune Tracer, please save me. Nope. I got pushed. A wolf got pushed right into me. Damn. Damn. Found an clock lancelet. Okay. Tracer to level 7 gets me Spellbinder. How nice. I survived 5 minutes and I unlocked Rune Tracer. Cool. But yeah, if you do enough PKing in this SAO game I had in mind, you could actually completely stop the front line from being able to advance. And you would have everyone just stuck. Just completely stuck. Maybe I could go back to Antonia now. So, let's go. XP, please? Peach one. Oh, this actually hits like that too? Interesting. But yeah, depending on how much notoriety you get as a PK, eventually you might run into the situation where, just like in the part of the anime, they ended up essentially killing all of the capturing or killing all of the Laughing Coughing members because they refused to be captured, right? What is that? Ooh! Increase the duration of weapon effects. Rune Tracer, though. It's a hot pepper, that's what it is. That's very nice. I think it'd be pretty fun though as a game. Being able to just like, you can do whatever the hell you want. Now for the for free play, I was thinking about having like some hidden characters in the game. I don't know which hidden characters, but just hidden characters in general. Oh my god. Learn to dodge! Learn to fucking dodge! Will there be love interest in the game, though? That part I'm not sure about. Garlic. I thought about it, but then, like, then I would have to make... I mean, I'm already gonna have to think about a whole host of characters to fill up the 10,000, right? Not including the ones that have already been mentioned throughout the animes, throughout the movies. So having those be included in the essentially in the story, in the game, makes it just a little bit more complex than it needs to be. And adding love interest, like how many love interests do I have to add? I definitely have to make enough for people to enjoy, that's for sure. But would I make Asuna a love interest? Maybe in free mode? Not so sure about story mode. I could. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I guess that's really up to if you enjoy shipping Kirito with Asuna, which is just almost everyone. But then there's also the people who also enjoy NTR against Kirito for some reason. Never understand that one on a personal level. Garlic. More garlic. Wait, can I run into the ghost now? No, I can't. But I'm playing with a lot of fire right now. What other game was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking SAO out of the side, on the sideline now. I was thinking also about a Fire Emblem game. This one, I don't know how much I can talk about it, because I still want to be able to have the opportunity to pitch that one to Nintendo, even though it might like be a bit unlikely to pitch something like this, but it is on my list of things I want to pitch. Empty Tome would be real nice right now. Oh shit! No, I'm so dead. I'm gonna die in the 5 minutes. No, no. I could really go for some of that floor chicken right about now. You're not gonna give it to me because I am dying. 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 Oh, dying. That's not floor chicken. That's not floor chicken. That's a lucky clover. That might help me for just a little bit. Take that. Kill that boss! More garlic? More garlic. That's how you skip that. Okay, so I was wondering, how do you skip that? We're gonna die until I find some help. Oh no! Oh no! I gotta work on that. Oh no! How much health do I have left? Who knows? But I have a max health of 144, so I need a lot of. That's not gonna help me. I would say that's far from useful. Oh hey, there's some floor chicken. There's some more floor chicken. Now we got some 60-something or 70-something health. Come here, babies. I can kill you. You bats cannot stop me. But you'll definitely be able to stop me if you throw more enemies at me like that. Coins. Coins! Coins. Anyway, Fire Emblem game. The one I was thinking of was a Fire Emblem title in space. Yeah, in space, right? The reason I said in space is because it's the only, like, area that they haven't explored, technically. And, there's a lot of things you can do with an in-space title. Especially because, let's face it, melee weapons are going to exist even in space. Albeit probably to a lesser extent, but they still exist. And they're still useful. Not all guns. If anything, probably traditional weaponry is still better. And if it isn't better, I'll make it better. And I'll also be able to use science to say that magic exists, even though magic exists, and I don't have to use science for that, with some exceptions. So, I wanted to subvert expectations with this kind of a Fire Emblem title, because I wanted it to be, how to say, different than what traditional Fire Emblem titles are asking of you. In this sense, I wanted the Fire Emblem title to have, instead of your usual Lord characters, right, where you have one or maybe two Lords, in the case of 3 houses, it's 4 Lords plus, well, 3 Lords plus, Lords, quote-unquote, nobles, in this case. 3 nobles plus you as Byleth, which is... I want lightning ring. Give me lightning ring. So instead of what's lords and nobles, right? You'd have 6 main characters. And none of them are lords. They all have differing personalities, traits to them. Nice. More garlic. So these 6 characters, the thing that I wanted to make it more interesting, which is something that, again, which is very difficult to pitch to Nintendo. Maybe it's a lot easier nowadays, but, oh my god. The 6 characters would be in a polyamorous relationship, which I thought, by the way, is very fun to consider as an option for the characters, but it is very hard to write about that, I feel. Whether or not that actually ends up working out is left to be seen, because I haven't ironed out everything yet. All I have right now are storyboard ideas, and whether they work or not is up in the air. Can I have this red gem, please? Thank you. So with that in mind, we have the 6 characters, right? They're all in a polyamorous relationship with each other. That's not the main selling point, though. They also... There is a visual novel that I wanted to introduce with this game as well, that would essentially tell you the story of the events that are leading up to why they are in a spaceship. Santa water. Because garlic is going to carry me through this portion. I almost want to take the damn armor at this point. I can, so I will. Just a little bit more, leeway. Look at all the kills, garlic! I didn't know skeletons were so weak to garlic. Base speed. Or area of attack. I'll take the candelabra. Oh shit, those things don't die in a one hit. Ugh. Werewolves, be gone! Oh good, I killed ghosts in one shot. That's nice. But I do not kill the wolves in nearly enough shots. Damn, you guys are tanky. Duck, dodge, weave through everything to pick up my XP. Empty tome. Oh shit, no, don't go that way. Go around the wolves. Empty tome. Fuck off, ghosts. Oh shit, I'm dead. No. No, I'm so close to victory. And by victory, I mean not really close to victory at all, but still. Oh, we got... At the same time, I was doing so well. Unlocked more dust seal. Damn you. My cat's awake. Good morning, Zoe. Cute little kitty. Oh, I have a bunch of characters I can unlock. Knife Man. Permanent +1 projectile for all weapons. Interesting. Hey, that's not bad for a start. What else did I have in mind for this Fire Emblem title? So aside from the Fire Emblem title being a thing that I was thinking of, it's also, one of the more unfortunate, like, copyright hells to have to go through. Cause it isn't gonna just be the Fire Emblem original characters, right? It's actually gonna include, at least the plan was to include, the Advanced Wars roster, which includes the first game, second game, Dual Strike, and Days of Ruin, or Dark Conflict if you might know it in Europe. So that's already a nightmare by itself, but it's also from Intelligent Systems, so it worked out. The other titles I was thinking of would be Star Fox. The reason for Star Fox is because A, I need the Star Fox team. So Falky, or not Falky, Fox, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy. I also need the Star Wolf team, so Wolf, Leon, Andrew, Pigma, and I forget who the other character's name is. I think his name is Panther? I think it's Panther. And I also need Crystal as well. I also need Andros, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because really he carries the entire freaking series. Ow! I just noticed I have like no good AoEs to deal with these bats. I also need copyright permissions from Disgaea, so Nipponichi Software, there's Nipponichi, and their LPs, because I need Laharo, Flan, and Etna as part of the story. I need perms from NC Soft to get Aeon part of this, because I want to use their Imperium Lords and Dragon Lords, which are another 17 characters. Right, I also forgot to mention with Star Fox. Obviously I need the Star Fox team, including Crystal. I need the Star Wolf team, including Wolf. I need Andros. I need the entire Cornerian army, which includes General Pepper, Bill, Cat, and any other host of characters I decide to include inside of the Cornerian army. Because they're also they're gonna be one of the central, I don't want to say antagonist, because that's not right. That's not the right word in this case. I would say they're more like, how would I even like say this? Like, not antagonist. They're not like helping the player necessarily, not directly. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to say it. I don't even know the word, and I don't have a chat here to help me be like, hey, what's the word that I'm thinking of when I'm not thinking of antagonist, but you're actually there with the Cornerian army, and the Cornerian army is there with you, quote unquote. Like, I don't know the word I'm supposed to use, but it's that kind of concept. Think of Fire Emblem Fates, if you played that, where you were able to pick an ally between either the Norin army or the Bushido army, right? That's the kind of like decision that you would be able to make, but that's not till later in the game. But yeah, I needed the Cornerian army for that bit. What else was there? I needed copyrights for Fire Emblem Awakening, because I need to have access to Grima and most of, if not almost all, the characters from Awakening, which were part of Prom Shepherds. What else was there? I wrote all this down, but I don't want to bring up that Google Doc, otherwise I'll be talking about this for fucking ever. Oh, good. Chance to freeze enemies in time would be really useful right now because I'm just not doing well. Garlic, give me that. Oh, I need God of War because I want to use Kratos and his son Atreus. What else is there? I need permissions from a defunct company. A Korean company. I don't know if they're actually still in business, now that I think about it. If they are still in business, then obviously I need the perms for them. But I need their permissions in order to acquire, or at least use the name of one of their corporations, because they essentially meet some of the requirements that I need in order to felicitate the story making a little bit more sense. Obviously, I need Days of Ruin / Dark Conflict because I need Dr. Calder as part of this shit as well, because he is I need intelligent defense systems, which is funny. And I also have the original content as well, which includes a hypothetical Galactic Federation, which I don't have an actual name for. I'm sure if I did pitch the idea to Nintendo, that they would be able to come up with a way better name, because I can't think of a name for them. And this would include a host of other characters along with it. And as for where it takes place, funny enough, I'm actually using the entirety of the Milky Way galaxy in order for them to do this. Well, a good chunk of it. Yeah, I'm trying not to tell too much about it, otherwise it's like, if I tell you everything about it, it's like, oh, you guys want to take it? No. Oh my god! Everything hurts so much. And every single bat in the world is throwing them bodies at me and throwing other bodies at me. Oh, good. More lightning rings. Hi, Zoe. What's the matter, baby girl? I'm about to be in hell at the 8-minute mark. They're sending these stupid vampire bats at me. And this guy. Oh good, more time freezes. Just keep on firing my knives at this big ol' praying mantis that does not want to frickin'. There you go, he died. What do we get? More garlic! Here's another fun thing that I just did on the side. Just going away from that Fire Emblem topic because I don't want to talk about it anymore. Unless there's interest to talk about it. There might be more interest later on. I don't know. But there's a visual novel that this Fire Emblem title was inspired by. If you were to check on Steam for a company named Darker Studios, they specialize well, I say specialize, but they primarily release content on visual novels, right? One of their titles, by the name of Galaxy Girls, which is a remake slash remaster of another title by the name of Blossoms Bloom Brightest. That one is that is where I got the idea for the Fire Emblem title in space, because Galaxy Girls is a title that takes place in space. But the problem with Galaxy Girls at its current, in its current iteration, was it missed a lot of its potential. There were so many things that it could have done, but it didn't do. They could have propelled that title to be probably one of the best, if not the best, visual novel out there. In terms of a Geary experience, by the way. Man, everything here just does not want to die. Oh my lord. So I ended up taking up a bit of a side project. I tried contacting Darker Studios about it, really, and it didn't really get anywhere. But what I did, just for the fun of it, was make a... I'm going to die, by the way. I will not survive this, whatever this is, unless my clock lancet saves me. What I ended up doing was I took the entire script of Galaxy Girls, transcribed it down manually, every little thing, onto a Google Doc, and from there I decided to edit it to the best of my extent, including adding 2 characters from their original addition of just that one character with the relaunch and remaster. So, in Blossoms Bloom Brightest, there's only 3 characters. Erica, which is the main character you play as. Katoa, and Sarah. And the premise is that they are all stuck on a spaceship going to God knows where, right? Unfortunately, with just 3 characters, it doesn't... It makes a lot of what's going on in the story just... It misses a lot of marks because of that. So you have 3 characters stuck on a spaceship that's essentially a self-sustaining one. They can hold supposedly up to a maximum of 12 people. That was from my basic assumption, based on the remaster and what the artwork showed for the background and stuff like that. So I'm basing it off that. But 3 people out of 12 really makes the ship seem like it's empty when it's Erica who's the captain, and Katoa who's an engineer, or is at least like marketed as the engineer, and Sarah who's medical staff. But that's so few people, you know? It doesn't make sense. Why would you have so few? You could definitely have way more, and I'm dying over here real bad. Ghosts are zerging me. I need to go up. I'm so fucked. Oh, how nice of you. what the remaster aimed to do was add in a fourth character, which is in Galaxy Girls, and they added in a character called Amelia. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a lot of these time freezes. The problem is, without health... Oh, I'm so dead. I have screwed myself. I managed to get out of the fire, but I'm still dead. Yep, I ran into a bat. Ah, wow. We'll do one more, and then I'll call the stream over. So, can I unlock you? How many coins do I have? Not enough. Permanent plus 30 area starts with temporary cooldown bonus. Magnet, greed, might. Okay. So, with Galaxy Girls, unfortunately, adding that fourth character in just... The fourth character they ended up adding in, you can kind of tell that it was a very weak character to add into the game. She kind of doesn't add anything that... Like, she doesn't add anything substantial to the story. It actually feels like she was added in the game as a fourth, like an afterthought, completely an afterthought. Which is really unfortunate because they could have done a lot for that character. Like, even in the DLC, they even explored how she even winded up on the ship because she wasn't supposed to be there, technically. In my edits to the story, I actually made like I expanded on the reasoning as to why she's on the ship. And tied it in with the rest of the story. I also added more backstory to Erica, which is the captain, who didn't even have any story outside of just being a test tube baby. That's it. That was the entire gimmick for the character, and that's just such a weak gimmick when you essentially created a character with a blank slate, no personality, and no backstory, and no real reason of, like, being on the ship, right? So I gave her a backstory, I gave her an actual, like, I gave her a father figure, which was probably one of my more favorite characters to write about, because I based the father figure off of, Dr. Hammond from Jurassic Park. Essentially a scientist, right, who was the front runner when it came to Erica's creation as a test tube baby. There's a whole lot of other thing with that as well. I have to look at my OBS screen because my cat's in the way and that's not accurate. Oh my god! But I also ended up giving Erica some more character, because now she has a father figure whom she looks up to, whom tried to take care of her as much as that, as much as he could, right? Tried to give her everything possible, but given the nature of the organization they were working for and why they're even on the spaceship in the first place, i.e. why Erica was on the spaceship in the first place as well as the other crew members, that just was an impossibility. For Kotoa, I didn't really change her character. She was already a really likable character in the game. Why change something that, you know, why change something that people already like? A tractor orb. So I didn't have to change anything there, thankfully. Ended up working out just fine. For Sarah, I had to practically rewrite her entire character because in the original story of Galaxy Girls, she is a... I don't want to say world-class surgeon, but she is up there, right? The problem with this is that she was constantly pissed off and snarky, and that just made, for someone who's a doctor, that's like the last thing, that's like the last quality you want as a doctor. So I ended up scrapping that original concept and giving her a more down-to-earth sort of feel, right? Now, instead of just straight snarkiness, it's minor sarcasm, right? And instead of having a couple of other negative features, she's a little bit more likable now, so people don't... Because in the original story from Blossoms Bloom Brightest, which I'm just going to call BBB from now on, and Galaxy Girls, she was not a very likable character. If anything, I never really liked her at all. She was just not someone you wanted to hang out with on a daily basis, let alone even for an hour. What is that? I have no idea what I just picked up, besides the floor chicken. And for Amelia, I already said I rewrote... okay, so in Galaxy Girls, she feels like an additional character that didn't get any, like she was just kind of pasted in, right? In the rewrite that I did, I was able to actually seamlessly include her character in most of all the conversations rather than just being like an afterthought. Something that she really desperately needed, which you really do need to have your characters have like more seamless conversations, have a reasoning as to why they're on the ship, or like not on the ship, more like just give them hobbies or something that makes them feel more human rather than just a piece of like a word on a paper. But then this is where I had to make more changes. 4 characters on a ship that can hold 12 is just not enough. Oh my god! I lost more than half my health to one enemy. Damn! So, back to the topic at hand. Instead of having just 4 characters, I included an additional 2 characters to fill in the gap. Because right now there's only 4 female characters on the ship. With these additional 2 characters, I added 1 more girl and 1 guy. Really, for the visual novel purposes, it's just to fill in the missing gap, right? I don't have names, at least official names, for those 2 characters. Base damage up by 20, let's go. I'm not gonna survive this run very long. It's gonna end poorly. Anyway, those 2 characters were... they have the same agenda that Erica has, but they don't make that known. Man, my voice is doing poorly and I'm doing poorly. So those two additional characters, I needed them to be essentially maintenance for the ship. I think I'm gonna take a fire wand because I need more projectiles out here. So things that happen on the ship are at least happening through maintenance, right? And there's gonna be at least... So those two fill up the gap of requiring someone to at least be on the ship doing something ship related, right? So I made the girl character a programmer, and I made the male character essentially the bodyguard, superficially the bodyguard of the ship. And those two also, by the way, have the most combat experience, with Erica being the second one with the most combat experience. Third one in this case, because reasons I can't get into without spoiling so much of the story. Lightning ring. I really want to max out lightning ring. Fire wand up. Ooh, I see a red gem that I want to get my hands on. Fuck! Fuck! That was not worth the red gem. I don't know why I tried to dodge the, bats. The small bats, because I know I can kill the small bats. That's a cross that would be very useful right now for killing off most everything here, especially that boss, but I should probably wait till 10 minutes to pick it up. If I can even pick it up. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually wonderful. That worked out wonderfully. I can move 10% faster, I can get more lightning ring. I'm gonna get more lightning ring. Rune Tracer! Oh, what else was I saying about this? Combat experience, right. So those two characters have the most combat experience, with the girl having the most by a large margin. Armor. Spinach? Spinach. And the guy having the second most battle experience. Oh, look at that, another cross explosion. And then Erica has the third most combat experience. Oh, Jesus. The garlic doesn't one-shot! No, I'm gonna die! Yep, I'm dead. Well, I did off right, I guess. I made it to 10 minutes. I didn't get anything for it. Man, this game can be tough. Stretch. Anyway, the last thing I was going to say was The other three characters in the ship don't have any combat experience whatsoever, which links into the Fire Emblem title, where at the start of that game is the tutorial. Every Fire Emblem game has that tutorial, right? Where those three are actually going to start gaining combat experience throughout the journey. So that's at least how those two link up. But yeah, that's a title I don't even know. I have to get some level of notoriety because I don't think I can just be like, hey, can I pitch this idea to you guys? As much as I wish that was going to be the case, or if that could be the case, it'd be so much easier for me. But because then they'd be able to solve the issue of all the different copyrights that I don't have access to. And we're talking about Nintendo here, who would be able to easily acquire most any copyright with permissions. So yeah, that's a table that's sitting on the back, or that's an idea that's sitting on the back burner and probably is never going to see the light of day. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I had fun with Vampire Survivors. It's a fun little game. Buy it yourself, for God's sakes. It's like $3.99 on Steam. It's almost a far cry for you not to have it in your library. And they're even updating it pretty regularly too, so, bang for your buck. It's get it. Just get it. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I will catch you on the next stream, which is tomorrow, which is more Elden Ring. I don't know where I'm going to go with Elden Ring, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, by the way, I think I've already said it before, but I'll probably make an update video about it later, or on the weekend. VTuber model actually has been paid for. The rigging is to be starting in a few days, and I will see it eventually in like a month or two. So that is something I'm very excited for. More on that some other time. Bye.